And as we journey through the different relationships in the family and see how the widening ripple impacts on different relatives in the family in different ways, we get to some members of the family that are overlooked more than others, even in services tailored to support families after brain injury. So in my clinical experience of supporting families, the one kind of relative subgroup who I rarely see are siblings, brothers and sisters of survivors of brain injury, and they're often overlooked in invitations to family support sessions, and many siblings having to adjust to loss and experience profound change for their sister or brother who's had a brain injury, yet they have to get on with their own lives. And indeed, the perspective of a sibling is different and unique from that of a parent or a partner, and there's can often a really important perspective. Particularly, siblings may not see a brain injury survivor on a continual basis later on post-injury, so it can offer a unique opportunity for a relationship, maybe unique activities that were shared by the survivor and their brothers or sisters alike that are still possible after the injury, whereas those activities and those opportunities aren't shared in the same way by other members of the family. So a sibling's perspective on both the difficulties and the opportunities of life with a sibling with brain injury is a valuable one, but an overlooked one. And we extend outwards to the periphery of the family now and think about grandparents, aunts and uncles, and again people who may not be encountering the survivor of a brain injury on a day-to-day basis in the same way that partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, spouses and child relatives are. And this can bring its own unique challenges to be further on the periphery, because while people aren't experiencing and encountering survivors day to day, they may have not had the same access to information about what's changed as a result of the brain injury and how to make sense of changes in behaviour or communication, for example. So as a result, people may have a different impact if you're an aunt or an uncle or an elderly parent or a grandparent. People may find that changes in behaviour haven't been explained in the same way that others have understood on a day-to-day basis. So that may contribute to a common pattern that extended members of the family can often fall away as time goes on after brain injury, as difficulties in behaviour and communication strain relationships, and whereas those in the fallout zone, the partners and the children who may be living with survivors, may have fewer opportunities to step away. Often they become isolated as wider members of the family fall away as a result of the social strain of the brain injury itself. So in this way, as we've gone through kind of different members of the family, we can see how the ripple widens out and impacts on people in different ways. And there's a unique impact on different relatives. Like I said, parents versus spouses, grandparents, siblings, cousins. There's a strain in different ways, but the brain injury does have an impact. And everyone's struggling to make sense of the changes in thinking and emotions and behaviour and communication that you'll find out about in the other videos in this series.